Let's see what they do for Legion of the Storm. But for now...
Now it's time for the classroom. Advice on making gold via the auction house, professions, and more.
Oh, pets.
Mama's here! Yay!
Hey! No. She's not here.
Oh.
Dang it. But we are going to be talking about a tiny goldfish. So the Gold Queen is in the chat room, and we're going to be talking about her blogs today.
All right.
So, to get the tiny goldfish, you have to go to NatPegel. You can buy them off for 200 gold, but she turned around and sold it for 2,000 gold on the auction house. Reckles, what do you think about that flipping technique?
I love that. I mean, I put out video a while back on vendor runs, and this is just a very specific item that you can get. You know, there's a whole bunch of things you can get in Dalaran. There's a pet vendor there named after the person who started the Warcraft Pets website, and she sells a whole bunch of things. This tiny goldfish that you get is a very specific item that's a great little tip just to add to your routine. You know, always have a few of these in your bags or in your bank, and just keep one of them rotated up on the auction house at all time. Put it in a trade skill master group. I just was flying around Wintergrass, and there's a plan for something called the Frost Guard. And it is a decently sexy looking sword that the plans for it cost 3 gold and sell for 500 gold. So, you know, just things like that, just knowing specific items to go out and buy and sell and flip are really good. Good to know.
What do you think, DeadGreed?
Well, this is a pretty cool deal here, because you know, once you cage it and then go to resell it, the person who buys it doesn't need the reputation. You do need some reputation in order to buy it, but I mean, it's not super hard to get the reputation. But some people don't like to farm that kind of stuff, or some people don't like to do that kind of stuff. And people who started after Mr. Pandaria or boosted their character isn't going to have the reputation to buy that goldfish. So that's, you know, you're selling you're selling that pet to people who otherwise can't get it.
Well, that's the thing with the reputation grinds, is that sometimes if these vendors have something to sell, you can make a lot of gold off of it, because there's a lot of people that don't typically do rep grinds. So those are the people that will be going to the auction house if they want that pet or that mount. And in this case, that's what's going to happen if they want that pet.
I know before I bought any pet from a vendor, I mean, I know this one sells for a good amount, 2,000, cost 200, so that's great. But just as a general advice, before you know, if you find a vendor that sells a pet or a mount that you can resell, what I would do personally before I even purchased it was I would go to underbindjournal.com and I would check the U.S. Global Median.
Yep. And that's essentially what she did. See if I can't find the picture. I don't think I have it here. But she did have it highlighted as, here's what the global market is. And that could also be done on the Undermined Journal add-on too. So that way you don't have to go to the underminedjournal.com. You could just have that add-on, and you can look at the price right there, because that would give you the actual global market price.
Also, something else to keep in mind, if you wanted to move some money, or if you needed some money on another realm that maybe you play on more than one realm, like, I have some characters on other realms. I play on Airy Peak, but, if I was starting on another realm, I could go to the vendor on my current realm, buy a couple of these for, 200 gold each, and then sell them on my new realm, or if I wanted to, or a different realm, to get some money over there, some start out money.
Right.
And that's, it wouldn't cost you anything to do that.
Yeah, that's really, really good way of getting some startup cash. And the Gold Queen helped me out. She said the vendor's name in Dalaran is Briani. And just looked it up. She sells the obsidian hatchling, the cat carrier, and the albino snake for 50 gold each, and they each flip for about 200 gold. And that's kind of what you expect from most of these vendor pets, like the kittens from the lady outside Stormwind. Those you buy for a couple silver, you sell them for 50 to a couple hundred gold. That's why this little goldfish flip is so good, because it is a rep grind, which means there's a little bit of a barrier to entry, so you can sell it for more.
Isn't there also the Apex vendors?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Ava
there's
has
that too.
been a huge supporter of this.
Well, keep in mind, there is the Apexis crystals are the cost here, and if people don't farm the Apexis crystals, once again, they're the ones going to the auction house and buying what's in there.
And this week is the Apex weekly, right?
Yes, it is, for the next couple of days.
Just saying, you might want to get your gold on.
Go get your Apexis crystals. Go get your gold on. Now, she also made another post here about stuff in your banks and using Trade Skill Master 3. So, what do we know about Trade Skill Master 3, Reckles?
It's not a huge change from Trade Skill Master 2, but it's just a lot more efficient in how it can operate.
Well, what she's showing here is the stuff that she has set up in her bags. So how can we get that shown as to what she has it shown here? What would be the best way to get these items in a list like this? He's thinking.
Personally, I don't use Trade Skill Master. I've been talking about a thing. We may do it later. But I personally use a different add-on for this, so I don't have any knowledge of this particular topic.
But the thing is, with Trade Skill Master, this is what a lot of people use. And this is what a lot of people, they're on the learning curve to use. So it's kind of the next step for them in their gold making abilities. But there's also a lot of stuff up in this list that she could turn around and sell, such as this War Chief kilt.
Yeah, I'm looking at this thing, the inventory viewer thing. That looks pretty cool. I don't exactly know how it works. Like I said, I'm not a Trade Skill Master guy. But, that looks cool, because if you're like me, I have tons of characters everywhere and tons of stuff everywhere in banks, and I maybe I got some stuff that's worth some money.
Yeah, maybe I do too. But I think that's more going into your groups with Trait Skill Master. And I'm gonna have to go check that out myself. I've gone into it there a little bit, but I'm gonna have to go check that out definitely. Now, DeadGreed, she also went into some cross-realm farming and getting some herbs. So, for if you're going to do some cross realms, and you could sign yourself up for some parties, there in the World of Warcraft, and if people are on a different realm, you can go do some farming with not just herbs, but you could go do some ore or some skins, whatever you want to do on somebody else's realm. Have you done this before, DeadGreed?
I haven't, but you know what? It could be. This could be really useful. You know, if you fly around an area and you pick an area clean, and then you jump to a new realm. I never actually thought about this. This could be genius, actually. You know, because sometimes you get to an area and you pick an area completely clean, and then you fly around for a little while, and there's no respawns yet. So man, I never thought about using this for. I mean, that could really boost your farming.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you could just, and I've seen a bunch of times. I've seen in the what do you call that? The group finder. Hey, come to whatever realm, Shadowmourne or whatever. And I think so. I've seen a lot of those are like auto invites.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It prioritizes the auto invite groups to those that require consent. But like this is something that in my my 120,000 gold farming video, the guy Aladar, he used, where it's kind of turned farming for items from trying to find a combination of a good solid route with high density mobs that have a really low respawn timer into just a good route with high density mobs, because you don't have to wait for them to respawn anymore, because as soon as you do your route, you can just switch to another realm and do the route again, and then switch to another realm, do the route again, and then hop back to your original server, and then they're all back up. And you just do that over and over and over, and you've suddenly gone from killing 300 mobs every 15 minutes to killing 500 mobs every 15 minutes. And that's just it. That's close to doubling the amount of things that you're killing, which in the long run, over an hour farm, is doubling how much gold you can make. It's interesting to me to see this used for farming herbs and ore and gatherables.
I like it.
In my opinion, when it comes to that, I think old school farming, what I'm really talking about here is like if you were going to go farm, like, say, copper or titanium or whatever, some other older, not new stuff, because you can, if you went to, say, Salazar Basin and picked Salazar Basin clean, you fly around and can pick so fast now. You could pick that area clean, and then it may be 15 minutes before anything pops back up. So I think that would be more useful than, say, a Tanan jungle, because there's so much stuff in Tanan jungle, and the respawn rates are so fast in Tanan jungle. I mean, it still may be useful for Tanan, but I would say this, in my opinion, it would be more useful for older maps. Maybe I'm wrong. And I'm also going to say, I don't know who thought of this. This is genius. Wow. whoever thought of this deserves a high five, seriously, because, wow, I can't believe I never thought of that. That's great. That's great stuff right there.
Well, that's the Gold Queen. This has been all the Gold Queen's post today.
Well, hey, Gold Queen, I know you're in the chat room. Hey, I give you internet high five for that. That's genius. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's awesome. I like it.
All right, Rickles, what do you think about Tanan Jungle still doing Fell Blights and Primal Spirits?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, it's still a profitable. I mean, it won't drop off in profitability until. I mean, yeah, they're not selling for 500 to 2,000 gold anymore. They're generally in the 200 gold range or less, depending on your server. But, I was wrong when I said they would be at 20 gold. They aren't there yet, and they probably won't get there until next expansion. So, until they're worthless and people are still buying them, they're still one of the top 10 most bought items in WoW right now. So keep farming Fell Blights, guys. Like it's if you just need gold, get a couple characters out there, go kill your world bosses and things, and like just farm some Fell Blight. Primal Spirits, meh.
Yeah,
Sure.
Primal Spirits are kind of meh right now, but I told you about the Fell Blights a long time ago. I said maybe about 20 shows ago or something, stuff like that does not fall off a lot in price. They will fall off in price, but not to that extreme, and I hit it.
You got it.
I got it right.
One thing.
I got
Blizzard
one thing
has
out of
done
about
really-
1,000 things right.
Blizzard's done a really good job this expansion of
Right.
not allowing of gating. I know everyone hates the garrison daily cooldowns and oh, everything's so bad. Garrisons are worth. Yeah, sure, but the gating they've implemented, this tiered gating system, has done a really good job of allowing these gatherable materials and these base cooldown materials to not plummet in price. Start at 10,000 gold and then go down to 30 gold, because that's what, as gold makers, we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing this huge drop off in prices, and they've done pretty. Blood Spirits and
They learned.
yeah, they didn't drop off. Fell Blights haven't really dropped off a whole lot. Primal Spirits haven't really dropped off very much. Like, everything's fine.
Well, with the fact that Hellfire Citadel is going to be another year before that ends, these Fell Blights are still going to be relevant. So you can still farm those up,
Yep.
and eventually people are going to say, wow, my main's completely geared out with mythic content gear, and so I'll start working on my priest here, and I need some Fell Blights. So go to the auction house, and yeah, here's some for sale.
There you go.
Yeah.
Get your gear
And
up.
I guess I'm gonna start farming up some pets because I don't have anything to do other than pet battle. So I might as well buy these overpriced pets off the auction house.
This is what happens in a downtime period. People are always looking to gear up their alts, find whatever pets that they don't have. Pets. And whatever mounts that they don't have. There's some stuff going on during downtime periods, and that's what gold makers need to really take a look at and see what's going on and what's not going on. By the way, did I say pets and mounts?
You did, sir. You
I
did.
I did. So, show 150 is, well, not. I can't say it's right around the corner, but it's getting close.
It's on the way.
It's on the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to be looking for some pets and mounts from the trading card game. But we're going to need some help. So if you have any ideas of what pets or mounts, or pets and mounts that we could get, please use the hashtag YWMTCG. And that will be for show 150. So, what do you guys think about the trading card pets and mounts market?
It's the best. It remains the best way of making gold. The best, fastest. Once you have a nice stockpile of gold on your account, if you feel like keeping some things up on the auction house, learning a particular market, there's not really anything better out there than flipping TCG mounts. But
Excellent.
But we're not going to be flipping these for ourselves, are we?
No, we're going to give them away.
Yeah.
We're going to buy them up and give them away. It's going to
I
be...
have a prediction.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I have a prediction that on show 150, we're going to have a contest, and Greed, yes, Greed is going to win. Greed is going to, that's my prediction. Greed is going to win all the stuff.
Greed's going to win all the stuff. We'll see about that.
I think that's what's going to happen. Greed's going to win. I don't see how it cannot happen. I'm going to put it in the show notes. Greed wins.
Greed wins. Well, the thing is, every time we've done a contest, we've always put up the rule that people associated with the podcast
Hey, look.
is not allowed to enter.
Yo, I just need before
Oh.
greed.
What? No, what the? Hold on now.
Thank you, Gold Queen.
Let me tell you
Need
something.
before
Rules
greed.
are only put in place to be bent or broken.
But then again, we were also the ones that threatened that if anybody did not sign up, I think Hava was going to take them all at the time. So now it could be split up amongst 4 people. So, and besides,
But anyway, back to the Greed wins. Greed wins. I don't
Greed-
see,
Greed
I
wins
don't
it.
see how it can go any other way other than Greed wins, because that's. I'm going to say that would be the best use of the things that you buy. Just give them to Greed. That would be awesome.
oh boy, this is going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, hashtag YWMTCG on Twitter. And also, I may have made a purchase that I didn't really need.
Uh-oh.
Pay attention next week. There might be something else up for the contest as well. But we'll find out here next week if that comes through or not. I'm not going to say what it is. It may be something that somebody needs, but I'm not going to say what it is yet. But anyway.
All right, people, it's time to end the podcast now. So, how can the players get a hold of you?
How about this time I just take all the Hava stuff, and you guys can take your stuff? I think that works. Okay. You can find the show live at 3 p.m. on Channel 2 on the tunein.alphageekradio.com and on the TuneIn app. And you can also find us live on bumblebeenet.com/live at 2:30 p.m. on Saturdays.
And if you want to be a fussy pants and not listen to us live, you can hear us on Stitcher, iTunes, and a plethora of other podcast apps.
Yes.
If you're on the site, you can use that glorious speak pipe down there at the bottom of the page.
Yes, you can. You can also find us on Twitter at Your Wow Money, Facebook at Your Wow Money Cast, and on LinkedIn.com/n/Your Wow Money. You can find Lady Hava on Twitch.tv/Lady Hava, at Lady Hava on Twitter, and Lady Hava at YourWowMoney.com is her email address.
And you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/WTB Gold Wow. This is one to buy gold. And if you want to get a hold of me, you can send me a message on Twitter at Ryan A. Eccles. That's ECKLES.
And you can find the best, most awesome Show 150 contest winner, Greed, at Twitter at DeadGreed1812 or on Twitch at twitch.tv/DeadGreed1812.
True story.
Yeah. And you can find me on youtube.com/Joe Brums, at Joe Brums on Twitter, Joe at YourWowMoney.com. And if you want to support this insanity, go to patreon.com/BBNet.
DeadGreed, you forgot the most humble person on
Yeah,
this
that's
show.
That's probably
Yeah.
not an accurate description, though. Get your
Oh.
goat on!
Oh, the
Woo!
shenanigans. Oh, the shenanigans. You know what? There's our show title. Oh, the shenanigans.
Oh, the shenanigans. Oh, the shenanigans.
Oh, the shenanigans. And it is all to what you just said, to get your gold on. Because you know that gold looks good on ya. We'll see you guys next week. Maybe with more shenanigans.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This podcast recorded before a live internet audience. To learn how to listen and watch live, visit tunein.alphageekradio.com.